Welcome to episode 7 of Kickback with Next Up. We are here with Olympians, Zoe Sherar and Jacqueline Madogo. In Zoe's brand new house, beautiful space, lovely place. Thanks for having us.
Yeah,
Thanks
this is amazing. She hosted us for her birthday, and it was great.
Really? When's your birthday?
November 7th.
I'm gonna write that down. I'll put that in your.
Everyone comment happy birthday, Zoe.
No,
Yeah,
it's
happy belated
over.
birthday to
It's
Zoe.
over with now. So
Okay, well, I heard you got your walls freshly painted. Is there anything that you're thinking of putting up here? Like, do you have any like paintings? Do you have
blinds.
anything?
I
Like,
do
framed?
need blinds. I have a couple posters, but not in here. Maybe out there. I don't have much art really.
Oh, I
Okay.
should have gotten you art for your gift and your gift basket. I'm looking at it now.
But yeah, I have like a poster, like a cool poster from Paris that I got framed. I think I'm gonna put it over in the hallway. But other than that, no, like they're like $10 prints from like the Guelph Poster Fair.
Oh, those are good fair. That's a good fair. That's
Yeah, no,
that
they're nice.
Yeah.
They're nice.
Okay, I want to know: are you guys pro or anti singlets as wall decor? Because some athletes are like, "Oh yeah, I can put my singlet on the wall. That's a decoration." Some people are like, "That's not a decoration."
Personally,
Where would you
my
land on it?
aesthetic anti. I'm not hanging up my singlet up in the wall.
Or like bibs or anything like that. Or do you think you grew out of that? Maybe.
The
Or
only
have you-
thing, my parents did frame my Olympic final
Bib.
because we got a different final top for at the Olympics. If you made the final, you got it was kind of like a red and white tie-dye top. My parents framed that one, but aside from that, no.
Yeah, I would say I did have a bulletin board with bibs, but then it got too chaotic. So when I moved here, I do keep them. I have them in a little bag. But yeah, not the singlet. I don't think the singlet.
Okay, because I know at the track shack that we were talking about earlier, they have about 4 dozen bibs, a couple singlets up there. Like it's track all day. Is that challenge?
I've seen it actually a lot more in like guys.
Yeah,
Like
I think it's also like a distance thing a little bit too.
yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Would you like? Are you gonna shun them like live on air? Like,
No. Do you? You know, it's just not my aesthetic.
okay.
It did look cool in their place with the lights and
It has
they made
come
it
together.
look good.
So obviously, you're Olympians now. That's crazy. But you've also been talented athletes for quite a while now, like probably half a decade, like countless youth sports medals, some national medals now. How often do people that are non-track related, when they find out that you're a runner, ask to race?
Too often. And it's like the answer is always no. Like for me, it's always no, at least. Or like if it's little kids, I'm like, okay, yeah, like we'll race. And then like I let them win because I'm just like, this is so cute. But if it's like adults, like not adults, but like people our age or like people like in our age range, I just kind of like look at them and be like, kind of awkwardly chuckle. And I'm like, no.
Have you never done it? Not even once?
I've done it.
No.
I think I've done it like yeah, I've done it.
No, I don't think I don't think I've raced anyone like that's been like, oh, let's race like for funsies or unless it's like little kids. But no, like no one in our age range.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
you don't want to extrapolate on that? Did you win?
No.
That's all we need to know.
I did win.
Okay.
I did win. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Yep, I won.
You got to show them that, track speed's real.
Yeah.
How do you feel about all this? I don't know how tuned in you are into like the social media. Like there's football players, there's like content creators or whatever. All these people, pretty much since Low and Isle stirred everything up last year at Worlds.
Oh, yeah.
Saying like, oh yeah, like I could run like that. I could run that quick. Do you think people just don't realize like how fast track athletes are?
I think, yeah, because when you're watching a meet, it's like everyone's at the same, similar levels.
Yeah.
And I know people are always like, oh, put a regular person in just to like see.
Yeah.
I know they've had like, for the marathon with Kipchoge, they had like that treadmill.
I was literally thinking about that.
And it was like they had to run at the pace he was running at, which was like, I don't know if it was 64, 68 second 400s. And people like couldn't even
keep up with
like one lap of it. But yeah, I think because people look and they're like, yeah, I could do that, and then like they try it and it's like, ooh.
Yeah. But honestly, like in that sense, like bringing eyes to the sports, like when professional athletes are like, oh my God, we would like, I know I can beat Noah Lyles. I'm like, okay, like let's set it up. Like I saw like the speed guy, he raced Noah, and like that brought a whole other like amount of like viewership. Like he's like a streamer, and he like brought so many of his viewers to watch. So like now you're like connecting other people to track. So in that sense, it's like bringing a lot of eyes and attention to the sports, which I love. But in another sense, I'm like, okay, like you're probably not going to beat the Olympic champion, but you know, try. It's fun.
Speaking of Noah Lyles, I don't know if you guys saw, but recently, like a week ago or something, he live streamed a practice just on his, because he has a YouTube
really?
channel. He puts stuff out on. He just YouTube live streamed his entire practice.
Okay.
Like, obviously, something spicy now. It's the fall, but what do you think about that? You know, you guys are up and coming social media stars. Like, what's your thought about
big on social media?
what's your thought about like that involvement with social media, and like it's kind of getting more and more ingrained into track now?
Yeah, it's honestly great. Like Noah has a big personality, and he's like kind of like, he is a showman, so like his personality really like shines through a camera. Personally, for myself, I don't think that's a road that I'm gonna be taking anytime soon, but the more eyes on the sport, the better. Like Noah does a great job of saying controversial things and attracting the right people. Last year he got like the NFL, the NBA, and like all like major sports involved in this, like, and he said like one line and that was it. So I support that in that sense, but yeah, my social media game needs to be upped.
Is that something that you like want to do, or is that something you know you have to do and it's kind of something you have to work at?
No, like I'm not really like a big social media person, like, so it's more like I'm not going to stray away from who I am and like my personality for like social media. So if I want to post something, I'll post it. If I don't, I won't. Like I'm not necessarily going to create content. But yeah, sometimes it's fun. My social media is more like goofy. Yeah.
That's okay. It's supposed to be your personality.
Yeah.
So are we gonna see like a training camp vlog, something like that?
Yeah.
See, I feel like I get a lot of energy to do it, and then like when we were in the training camp in Barcelona, we had a lot of time on our hands there.
We did.
And we got all this energy to do this like ask us anything.
Yeah. Zoe, did you
challenge.
finish?
No, I didn't, but I have a very good excuse why I didn't finish. I got very sick very quickly. But even like we did like 2 questions and then we were like,
yeah,
this is a
like
lot
exhausted.
of work. I feel like I also feel like I don't have the creative eye necessarily for like all the back and like if I have fun photos, I'll post them, but
yeah.
And then we get tagged and things, I guess, but it's actually a lot of work.
It is a lot of
thinking
work.
And like hats off to the people who
like
do
some
it
people
really
did like
well.
the unboxing for like the
Oh,
Lululemon
yeah.
and our kit. Like I didn't open my Lululemon kit like until we had to wear it for the opening ceremony watch party that we had in Barcelona. But like a lot of like the girls they did like a full unboxing and like tried on everything, made like really cool videos, but it took them like 3 hours to like do the whole thing. And I was just like, oh my God, like I got so overwhelmed. I'm like, okay, I'm closing the suitcase and then we'll revisit another day. But all the videos turned out so good. And I was like, oh, I wish I had like the energy to like do that, but I just don't.
So is this just footage that's like just deep lying, never to be seen anymore?
The try on?
Yeah.
No,
Ask me anything.
Oh, that one we were doing like we would put a photo to the questions. That's how elementary we were with the
I think we need to get you guys like a producer. You know, we need to get you a media correspondent to do whatever you guys want to do.
Yeah.
Oh my God, if you know anyone.
Okay, interesting.
Oh.
Media volunteers. Okay. I've heard about your sickiness in Barcelona. I've also heard that you get food poisoning a lot.
Oh, let me.
How many times, Jacqueline? How many
Okay.
times have you seen Zoe get food poisoning?
Considering that we room together every single time we travel and at meets, whew, I don't even know.
Over or under 10?
Under
10.
Under
Under
10.
10. But it's like, it would be over 10 because how bad it is.
Extra
Okay,
point,
this one
yeah.
though wasn't food poisoning. This one was beyond food poisoning.
This one was our worst one.
This one was my
like, I
worst.
saw, like,
Because food poisoning comes quick and leaves quick.
Yeah.
And it hits you hard.
This one was.
This one came slow, hit me slow.
Yeah, she was like
stayed.
slowly.
Well, it didn't hit me slow. It hit me hard. But then
it was like she like it started by like, oh, like Jack, she like woke up, she's like, Jack, I don't feel well. And then I'm like, oh, it'll pass.
I remember you went downstairs and we were gonna do our gear, and she came back and I'm lying like on the floor.
Yeah. And she's like, oh, I don't feel good. I'm like, oh, it'll pass. Like, you'll be fine. Drink some water type thing. Because I was like, she was fine like the day before. I'm like, oh, you'll be fine. And then like and then like the day keeps progressing, and like she's getting like worse and worse. Like I just see her like start to disintegrate. I'm like, and then like I awkwardly like I went down to the dining hall and I'm like, okay, I'll bring you back something when I'm done. And then I get a text and she's like, not good. So that I awkwardly had to, like, the amount of time I awkwardly have to, like, tap Jason's shoulder and be like, hey, Jason, Zoe doesn't feel well.
Oh god.
The amount of times I've had to do that. And then his reaction was like, again.
Well, he thinks it's the fish, but this time I didn't eat any
it wasn't fish. But like it was sus because like we were in Barcelona and like we had like all these like a dining hall. So like we weren't in charge of food, but like so the salad bar, let's just say, was not being kept somewhere cold. And it was hot. Like it was 45 degree like peak sun days, and like some of the food was not going in the fridge. So it was.
But I really don't think it was the food, this one. I think we got it on the plane. It was
Yeah.
like norovirus or something.
Spanish flu.
She always finds a virus that she blames it on.
Are you
too.
like a Googler? Like as soon as you get sick, you're like searching all
No,
your
this
symptoms
one I
in?
wasn't. This one, like,
No,
You
but the
did- you
thing is,
couldn't
like,
even do it.
I
Zoe
couldn't
was the
even-
first one down, but progressively, Team Canada was falling.
Okay, that's what I heard. is that a lot of people got
Progressively
sick.
up until like even like one of our roommates, when we went to the Olympics, like the village was like apartment style, and there was 3 rooms, and in each room there was 2 there was like double, so like me and Zoe were in one, and then there was like 2 girls in another, and then 2 girls in another. And the first day we walk into our apartment and one of our roommates is down bad, like projectile vomiting down bad, like, and we're like, oh, we thought we left that in Barcelona, but it caught up to us in Paris. But yeah, Team Canada was suffering.
Wait, so Zoe, did you get sick twice on that trip? In Barcelona and in Paris?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
I didn't. I just found it hard to like get my appetite back. But I luckily though, no one like wasn't able to compete because of it. Like everyone at least was able to get on the line, which was good.
Yeah. But honestly, one year at the Olympics, are you really, really not going to get on the line?
No, but like if you were at the peak of this, like you wouldn't make it, girl.
What do you think you would have ran in a 4 at the peak sickness?
I literally like you wouldn't.
Like crawling the whole way?
Yeah, like I would get up to go to the washroom and be like dizzy. Like it was.
Yeah, it took some people, like, some people missed flights because they were sick. Like, it was just like.
Yeah, it was a tough. I mean, if you could just make it through, like, I would have tried, obviously. But if I was allowed to at that point, like, yeah.
There was like something going on, like some of the staff got sick too, and like athletes, like it was quite bad. But luckily Craig and I didn't catch anything.
Miraculously.
Yeah, because I was rooming with her and I was like, Jason was like, oh, I'm like, Jacqueline, like I wouldn't be surprised, you know. And I was like, I think I'm good.
Maybe she just gives all her antibodies to you.
Yeah.
Well, then I was the safest person to be with after because
Yeah.
I had already had it. But
Yeah.
I literally was like, just wash your hands, please. And they deep cleaned everything.
Yeah,
they were good about that. Like cleaning everything. And
I got my own room for a few days, so that was nice.
That's
Yeah.
nice. Probably very neat.
Yeah, it was. It was so clean. But honestly, like it was like kind of lonely because like Zoe and I would just go to the dining hall together and like we would like eat together and stuff. So then I would just have to coordinate with Craig, but Craig eats like sporadically. So I'm like, some days I would just like sit in the dining hall by myself and eat.
Is this something that started once you started making teams and like competing internationally, or was this a Guelph thing? Like, is this like I'm
Guelph
going to
thing.
Windsor and I'm getting?
Oh
food
yeah,
poisoning?
that, it's happened in Windsor.
OUAs.
Yeah, Detroit River, baby.
yeah, I got like salmon at this restaurant, but
No, don't blame it on the salmon.
Exactly.
Me, her,
It's
and
not the
Tyra,
fish.
we all had the same dish, and she is the only one that was sick. And it was before the night before her 300.
Oh.
Yeah. And I was running the 3-2, so she's kept me up.
But you survived. You persevered.
Yeah, I did survive. That one was quick.
Yeah, that one was quick. She had a little 1-2, and then
1-2 done.
yeah.
What are your tricks and tips for getting back into competition shape after being sick?
Just
Yeah.
if you can get your appetite, well, it depends what sickness you had, obviously, but if you can just like get your appetite back and eat and get electrolytes in you, that's like the biggest thing. Because I think once it's not like you're suddenly out of shape, but like you just need to get your energy back. So yeah, like snacks, like eat anything, honestly, just get energy in you.
What's been your worst eating experience while traveling for track and field? Has there been anywhere that was
my
just
God.
like,
oh my God. Oh my God. I don't, okay, this is going to sound super, super bratty, but every single time I've been to a Diamond League in the UK, the food absolutely sucks. Like,
it's the UK.
it is so bad. Like, so bad. Like, they just drench everything in brown sauce.
Yep.
And it's just so, so bad. But I'm so grateful to be going to Diamond Leagues.
It goes somewhere a little bit nicer.
Yeah, like, but yeah, we went to a Diamond League right before we went to London, and like I think I lost like 4 or 5 pounds because like the food, like breakfast was good, and then like lunch and dinner were just, oh my God, like I just couldn't. It was just bad.
What about in Paris? Was there anything after you guys competed that you got to treat yourself to, or did you have to just head home right away?
No.
I stayed. I stayed for like a day or two. I'm trying to think. I really enjoyed the cheese. I enjoyed the cheese throughout the trip, honestly.
Zoe's a big cheese fan.
I am a big cheese fan. And they had like cheese stations in the dining hall, and you could get
really?
like brie,
And they had like fresh bread every
fresh
morning.
baguettes.
Yeah.
That was nice. That was nice. Honestly, I thought the food was pretty good. Like it definitely, by the end, it was
repetitive.
It was repetitive, but good.
But if you like change stations like every once in a while, like you should be fine. But I would say like after I was done competing, I was just like honestly stuffing myself with like dessert. Like I was just like eating so much, like those would have these yogurts. They had these Greek yogurts that were high pro.
Is it high pro? Yeah,
It's high pro.
I was gonna say like,
please come to Canada.
Yeah.
Please.
that would be great.
Yeah. And like these were like pretty big and dense Greek yogurts. And we would have like, I would have like one every meal.
Yeah, it was like the dessert.
And
item.
it literally tasted like dessert. Like if you froze it and like you had it, it was basically like ice cream.
Wow, you guys got the whole like the food hacks and everything.
Yeah, like it was like, but it was like to the point where like, should we have like a high pro with this dinner? Like you're having like dinner and you're like, should I have a yogurt like after dinner? But it was actually really good. But my parents, they would like bring me like different snacks when I saw them after the track, which was nice because they were just like out and about during the day and then would come to the track. So like I did like, they were just like whatever they tried that day, they would like give it to me. They went to a lot of like bake shops and things. And like after I'm done competing, I'm very much like my stomach's like a black hole. So it's like just eat anything in sight.
Was there anything that stood out? Or what, did you not even look at it? You just ate it?
No, honestly,
Yeah.
I didn't even ask. I was like, oh, thanks, food. Shove it in my mouth.
Since coming back from Paris, obviously things are pretty similar. You know, like you get back to training, all that, and saying like, oh, how's your life change is, you know, I feel like it can be a lot. But what do you think are some of the biggest differences since you've had that experience and, you know, you can call yourself an Olympian now? Can I say mine? that I've noticed is at this Can Fun event that we went to. For one, I was really enjoying it, and I was really amazed, and like it was great to see you guys talk, especially to the younger people. But the thing I noticed the most was that Miriam is such a great speaker. She's such a great talker, and from what I heard from talking to her, she's been doing a lot of stuff like that. And you guys are also great like speakers, but it was like you could tell that she's been getting her reps in.
No, like Miriam Abdul Rashid, 100-meter hurdler, great.
Great.
She's great. She is, her personality just shines. Like she can control a room. She's very like well spoken. She's very comfortable speaking in front of people, which is not my forte. So I was glad she was there. I was very, very glad she was there.
But what's it been like now being expected to kind of be like a public figure, you know, going back to maybe where you guys grew up and schools and stuff like that?
I think like it's definitely cool to see, like, especially kind of when we first came back, like so many people that maybe you hadn't spoken to in a while or you didn't even realize were watching. That was cool to hear from them and know like they were supporting you, obviously. But yeah, I think like definitely like it's a big deal, and I think in the moment you know it's a big deal, but then after like people are still talking about it, which is cool. Like it's nice to hear from people. Like I was at a wedding on the weekend with some old Guelph teammates and they were watching, and it's cool to hear like they're still engaged and follow along, and because a lot of like our success came from being around them in earlier years, right? So but yeah, I haven't done a ton of speaking events, mainly just with like family and friends. We did the Can Fund thing, but yeah, Miriam is very good at those. We could use some coaching.
Yeah, no, literally.
I mean, I feel like the biggest thing with the Olympics is it's like just so much more attention. You guys have been to world champs before, right? Your experience, and that's a very similar thing, like just a level of competition. But what do you feel like was the biggest difference between that and the Olympics?
I think like a world champs, it's obviously just track. You're in like 1 or 2 or maybe 3 meet hotels, and you not know a lot of athletes, but you know, like you're familiar with them, I guess. And it's just so much smaller. Like staying in a meet hotel at world champs, obviously the stadium and everything is big, but I think especially because it was our first Olympics, I feel like it was like, wow, we made it. And so part of it is like trying to soak it in, but also knowing like we're actually competing here. And like even stepping into the village, like coming from like a meet hotel at world champs where there's like hundreds of people to going to the village where there's like thousands of athletes from all different sports. We kind of described it as like super intense sleepaway camp. Like, because you're staying in dorms and you're going to the dining hall, but everyone's like elite athletes. So just the first couple days, I feel like it was like kind of getting grounded, like, and just figuring out where everything is. And then I feel like once we started competing, then it became a bit more normal, but definitely just a way bigger operation,
like the amount of staff and like volunteers that there was, it was like, oh my God. And they were there, like the dining hall was like, was it 24 hours?
Yeah, it might have been like 23. They might have closed for 1 hour.
It was like a 20, like so all day long it was open, because like people would come back for like and like leave for competition at different times. So like people were working in the dining hall like all day long, and I'm like, oh my goodness, like that's insane. Like it's just, there was volunteers around like the village, like helping people get around like all day. And like we had our own like Canada House, so like those people were also accessible. So we had a team of like, if you needed like a cab to go somewhere, or like if you needed to like leave the village and like do something, like they could like help you arrange things. So like that staff was also like really, really useful.
Were there any non-track athletes that you saw or met in your time there that are like really notable? Or
oh my God, my first day in the village, I saw Simone Biles.
Lucky.
And I had seen on like TikTok that she was getting like super overwhelmed in the village. And I was like, okay, like I can't ask. Like she made a video about like how like people like were always like coming up to her for like pictures and stuff. And like obviously she's competing too, but like I wish I got a picture with her. And I was just like, I won't like pressure her or anything. She's like already overwhelmed, but it was like I saw her and I was like, whoa, like that's Simone Biles. And like I know she's small, but when I saw her I was like, oh my god, she's tiny. Like tiny. And then she stopped coming to the dining hall and stuff. So it got too much for her. But she was my pick.
What about you, Zoe?
I don't know. I feel like I didn't see anyone. I feel like the NBA team players didn't stay there,
No,
and like
yeah.
the tennis players didn't stay there, and some people who started moved out by the time I got there because I got there later. There was an NBA player I saw, but I can't remember their name. But
what team?
France.
Oh, it was Wemby, the tall guy.
I mean, yeah, I guess they're all tall, but
no, but he was like abnormally tall, right?
yeah, I guess, yeah,
Yeah,
he was. So
he was like the
would've been
number
him.
one pick.
Yeah. That's crazy. The French basketball team had a crazy media campaign the whole Olympics.
Yeah,
They were putting out some really
the French
beautiful
team in general, like if you were in a heat with a French person,
yeah.
beware, because the stadium would just erupt. And it was like,
Yeah.
oh, like that. This is a lot. Like if you were running with France, you knew it was going to be a lot.
I mean, speaking of other sports and like different events, obviously, you guys have had so many great teammates, whether it be Guelph, whether it be Team Canada, and you get to race the same people in your specific events. Who is someone that's not a teammate or a past teammate, and is not someone you compete against, consistently, that you've become very good friends with, whether they're Canadian, whether they're not Canadian, and like how did that start? Like if you're besties with like a 10K runner, how did that happen? Or do you kind of keep to your little?
I would say maybe not besties, but like Craig and I we've done the Europeans like small circuit a couple times. Like we did Greece, and we did France, and then I guess at Worlds a couple times. There was Naomi Vandenbroek, who recently became a 4-hurdler and made the team. She's Team Belgium. I would see her at meets and we'd chat, and we follow each other on social media. So kind of like keep in touch from afar kind of thing. And there's a couple other European athletes that you kind of start to recognize, I guess. And also, I mean, I was following along the rankings, so I got to see them like leading up, and then I'd see kind of what they were doing. She's one. And then I kind of made a friend in the ice tubs, actually. Gabby Scott from Puerto Rico, who was another 400-meter runner. And she had some mutual friends who she knew on Team Canada. So it was nice seeing like familiar faces that you had raced before and seeing what they do. But yeah, those are probably my two.
Yeah, Zoe's a lot more of a social butterfly.
Well,
I don't think so, which sounds really bad, but no,
That's okay. I feel like that's a more normal answer. I feel like, especially in track and field, like you're just working so hard, you kind of stick to your event group. And I think we have a special guest to ask a question.
What has been your favorite city that you've gotten to visit for a track meet?
in Canada or like wherever.
worldwide.
Oh,
Take away.
St. John, New Brunswick.
No, sorry, we love those places are cool.
Yeah.
Remove all elements of your competition, your race there. Just
Right.
objectively, you went there to race, but you enjoyed the place itself.
I think I know.
Oh.
It is Edmonton.
Oh. Yep, you got it. I have a couple. Ugh.
Where can be?
You can do a couple.
Okay.
What comes to your head first?
Naples, Italy. for FISU in 2019. We had so much fun on that trip, and there was a lot of time to explore. Because FISU's a fun team. It's serious, but not too serious. There's a lot of time to explore. And the food was amazing. We were on the coast, staying on a cruise ship. That was the Athlete Village.
Whoa.
It was like in a cruise ship.
That's cool.
So that was definitely up there. I would also say that place we went to in Greece.
Yeah, I was gonna say Greece. Greece was like really, really nice.
I guess we were outside of Athens.
Yeah,
in Greece.
Yeah, that one was. We're in Vari, in Greece, and that was really nice. I have to say, like, we went to London. I went to London to compete, and London was really nice. I had been there before, but I was younger. But London was actually really nice. Like when I went to visit, like to just look around what was going on, and that one was cool, and like all the cool accent. That was fun. But yeah, I would say Vari. Vari was nice in Greece.
Yeah, my other one would be Yokohama in Japan, because that was just I had never been to Asia before, so that one was cool too. But more recently, those probably.
Yeah. The Bahamas was nice.
That was nice. That was
Atlantis.
Atlantis.
We stayed at the Atlantis, and that
we
was
were only
nice.
there for like 48 hours though.
Zoe and I woke up the next morning at like 5 a.m. because we didn't have time to go swimming, and we're like, we can't leave without going like at the beach.
Yeah.
So like we woke up at 5 and like went to the beach and like got in the water and then got out, and then
that trip was really in and out. Like we flew in pre-meet, race,
and then we're out. Yeah.
That would have been nice to stay a bit longer.
But the Bahamas was nice. Like the weather was incredible. Loved it. Yeah.
That's gonna be so nice. You want to go back?
Oh yeah. I wish World Relays was there
I know.
every year. Every year.
It kind of used to be, and then they
Now
started
it's like
changing
worldwide.
it up. Yeah.
I mean, you've been to a couple of Florida camps at this point, right?
Is the
Say
Bahamas?
The Bahamas, you prefer that over, or they're kind of the same?
Yeah,
I would say
I'd take Bahamas over Florida.
Yeah.
I think everyone would.
We also, we go near Disney in Florida, but we don't actually go to
It's
Disney.
like we're like
so
outside of Orlando.
Oh,
we're not
okay,
on like
that's
the
what you're
beach or
explaining.
anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
One coming up soon too.
Yeah, in a few weeks.
Who's gonna be your roommate there? Do you think?
Oh, I don't know. You know, it's really.
Let me scratch my head.
Yeah.
Is there anything, since you guys have spent so much time together, especially living time together, which I feel like that's different. You know, obviously a lot of training time, like friend time, but I feel like living with someone in whatever capacity it is, that's where you really find out the stuff. Is there anything weird about the other person that you've noticed from having to spend time with them like that?
I sleep talk.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
I sleep talk.
Luckily, I wear like industrial earplugs.
Yeah. I sleep
But this
talk.
girl
And I like
sleep talks. Her breathing.
my breathing is all over the place.
Like sometimes I'm like, should I wake her up? Like this is outrageous.
Have you ever got one of those apps that like records your
No,
your
I should.
talking?
Maybe we'll
I could
try
replay it for you. I know the
It's burned.
drill. Yeah.
Yeah, she takes it like a champ, and she always requests a room with me again. So I'm a good.
Do I? No, I'm kidding.
I'm a great roommate.
Who's the better dresser, do you think?
Dresser?
Yeah,
like
who gets dressed? Who has better fashion sense?
Jacqueline.
Definitely.
Is there ever a fight over clothes when you guys are rooming together? Or
No.
does she know not to touch your stuff?
No, I would never. Also, I feel like on the camps, it's like I'm either in workout clothes or like lounge
I
clothes.
don't bring much. Like
One or two nice outfits for dinners, you know, spice it up a little bit.
I'll wear. And during camp, I'm very bummy. Like
You bring one or two nice outfits.
yeah. Well, I did for LSU because we were going to World Relays, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll go out for a nice dinner with my mom.
It's
Didn't
also
happen.
so hot there that like
Yeah.
you put on an outfit and then it's like
You're
you need to change. Like
It's like humid hot in Louisiana. Like it's disgusting. Yeah.
Okay. Well, maybe we won't do that. I just wanted to ask because I've heard that, Zoe, you put on your like shoes and your socks and your spikes a very specific way.
I do right side everything
I might have
first.
mixed it up.
Yeah, that is my little superstition. Yeah,
I do have some superstitions, but
that is mine. I do like right side everything,
Did
left
that
side,
start in
like
soccer?
even like contacts, right side everything.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
and then like my A535 right side before the left.
A535. We need to be sponsored by A535. So.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
please get your plugs
A535.
in.
If you're watching,
A535, go squeeze. BioSteel. maybe?
BioSteel. Hit me up.
That's the perfect platform to make your
Yeah,
play.
yeah. I'm very much I need to think about it. Well, now I don't think about it. It's just second nature. But yeah, right side everything.
I do. One thing I do, I haven't been as particular about it, but I usually, when I take off my shoes, I'll try to put my right shoe in front of the left. That's like one random thing, but I haven't been as on it recently.
One thing we're big on is also knocking on wood.
Yes, that got really intense.
No, last year got too much. Like, we're knocking on wood like every second. Like, they announced my name like at a meet.
I know.
Like, come on, Jack.
Something like knock on wood at the Olympics.
Yes.
You have to. You have to. Like, they'll be like, oh, she PB'd.
No, I swear it was
But I've had some people come up to me and say like, "Oh, were you trying to say like strong head?" And I'm like, "Yeah." That's like my prayer. That's like my prayer to God.
Yeah. Big knock on wood people over here. We got Craig on it too.
Yeah, it's nice when it's a group superstition too.
And I think it, as the season goes on, it builds. Like
It builds.
Like, especially in the Olympic year, it was like, oh,
Yeah.
it's a way to like ease off the pressure, you know.
Yeah. You
Is
say
there
some.
any other like group things like that? Like, is there any like sayings that your training group says a lot?
Oh, we had one last year. Because basically, to qualify, it's you either run standard or get points. And we were going through the season chasing these points, and the points get a little crazy.
Yeah.
Because they're always changing, and it's hard to
Exactly.
know. And so we wanted to run standard, so our thing was just get it.
Just get it. We're just every
get
meet.
standard,
We're
just get
just
it.
be like, just before whoever ran first would just like, just get it. Just get it.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need to.
We'll make some shirts or something.
Well, I feel like we had another one.
This year we're like 10% better. That's our thing. We need to
It's
be
a little
10
more cheesy.
Yeah, we need to be 10% better.
I
than
mean, the
last.
standards got like 10% better, so we could just be like, just get it.
Just get it
Get it
again.
again.
Just get it 10% better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little combo. Jack, I heard that your favorite phrase is Zoe, please.
Oh, that's probably from Tommy. Tommy probably leaked that one.
Oh yeah, Tommy the leaker. Yes, yes. Zoe, please. It's only when she says things that I look back and I'm like, Zoe, please. Like, and it happens a lot.
Oh,
A lot.
okay.
Yeah.
I've heard it's a very
Yeah.
frequent saying.
We won't say
It
what
is.
Zoe tells me because it's inappropriate.
Only some things.
Yeah, but there's something that I hear a lot from Zoe is, can't say it.
Oh, never.
Oh my goodness.
Never
Wow.
said that.
I can
I've
tell
never
that
sworn in
Zoe's
my
like
life.
the mean one in this duo.
Oh.
Yeah, I can tell.
I
Like big
mean-
time. Like
Let's get Nika's opinion on that.
Yeah, Nike?
Oh, do you want my actual answer?
Yeah.
Jacqueline's the mean one.
That is not true.
Jacqueline's
Yeah.
gonna say that she's just honest and blunt, but she's being mean sometimes.
No, it's not.
true.
Or she's a little too honest sometimes.
You want me to lie?
Sometimes, yes. Sometimes, yes.
But they still love me.
Yeah. At the end of the
yes.
day. Okay. At the end of most days. At the end of
Most days.
Okay,
No, I'm
that's
kidding.
fair.
Yes.
Okay, well, I think that's all I have. But we have our final segment.
Okay.
Oh my
This
gosh.
is where you two get the floor, however you want, to inspire the masses. We've been talking about your public speaking. This is
my
the
God.
pinnacle of your public speaking. You can say something inspirational. You can like leave a message. Like if something's really ticking you off that people do, you can just be like, guys, don't do this. You know, when we had Femi on, he left a message to Athletics Canada about triple jump and when they put it into schedule and apps because he thought that it deserved, the proper platform. It deserves a crowd. Whatever, maybe something's just been on your mind the past week. It's really been bothering you. This is, we'll put the inspirational music in the background. This is, this is your moment.
Inspirational or something that's been bothering
Just anything. This is your solo moment to talk to the camera, to talk to the people, but whatever's been on your mind.
Oh my God. If you're a soccer player, try track. You never know.
I like that. That was good. That was good. That was a little,
That was
that's a good
short
clip.
and sweet. I gotta think of mine.
I'll go first.
Okay. Good.
Guelph women's distance team.
Oh.
Stop being so mean to me. Okay? I promise I'm doing my best. Okay? I like the Guelph team. I don't love the Western team more than the Guelph team. I don't know where this idea comes from. I'm trying my hardest. Go Griffs.
Game time.
Every
Go
time they
Griffs.
come in, they just chirp me.
Maybe it's like a playful chirp though.
He's
That-
sensitive.
Yeah, I'm very sensitive.
Yeah. Maybe that's people
what keeps
like
me up at
you
night.
if they chirp you, that whole thing.
Well, they're more like, Davis, why didn't you take a picture of me the other day? And I'm like, guys, I promise. I'll do
You
my
probably take
best.
like 500 picture per
they're like-
session,
Guys,
and
I
like
promise. Like, and we're at cross country meets. I'll go and like say hi to just anyone from any other team, and I'll get looks. Go, oh, why are you talking to the opposition? What do you-
Yeah.
they'll call me a traitor.
you're talking to the
Like,
odds.
you can't say hi to anyone
traitor.
else besides people on our team. I'm like, it's my job. But yeah, that's been weighing heavily. I just need to get it off.
Talk about how hard the 4 is. Oh, talk about how you want the 4 to be the main event, but the 4 is not the main event.
Okay, we were talking about youth sports.
Okay. Yes. Let's do that.
We're talking about youth
Let's
sports.
do that. Okay.
Jacqueline thinks the 60 is the most entertaining event
Okay.
at youth sports. I beg to differ. My 300 queens
And Kings.
and kings. Yours is the main event. Okay. So this year, where is it? Windsor.
Yeah.
Just remember that when you're on the line. The 300, everyone comes out. The excitement builds. The 60, it's like, oh, who won? I can't even see. I can't even see who won because it was over so quickly, and they're all finishing together. The 300, it's like, there's tension before the race. You know what's coming.
Is there really tension when you run like you won 4 in a row?
Yes, there's tension.
Where? You
There
won
was
4 in a
tension.
row.
I'm no longer competing.
Okay.
There is tension. And it builds, and then there's like, tactics and back and forth. Nikki got it.
Yeah, Nikki got it. Stayed in the house.
Stayed in the house.
Stayed in the house. That's the title. That stayed.
Yeah.
Oh, knock on wood.
Knock on wood, but it's gonna stay in the house.
It's gonna stay in the house. Yeah.
Anyways, you'll have to cut some of that shit out.
Well, that was great. That was more than I could ever imagine. That's exactly what we needed. Jacqueline, Zoe, thank you for your time. We're so excited to see you. Maybe
Thank you for having
well,
us.
indoors, maybe outdoors. I'm sure we'll see you guys all over Athletics Canada for the next decade, and we're so excited to see it happen. We're so excited.
Decade is insane. Davis, I'm trying to have kids and be married.
Okay. Next, Intel LA 2028.
Let's take it year by year.
You know what? I'm just so excited to see you guys race this year.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Thank you, Davis.
Thanks for
And thank you, Nika.
Thank you,
Yes.
Nika, for being a
Yes.
special guest.